Hello guys, this is Balakrishna, and in this class we will be revising Nidhi companies. Okay, let us firstly complete this, a small chapter. Nidhi companies. Basically, in this chapter we are having only one section, that is section number 406, and we are having various rules relating to the Nidhi companies. First of all, what is meant by a Nidhi company? The basic objective of a Nidhi company will be to cultivate habit of thrift and saving among its members. Okay, the main objective of Nidhi is to cultivate the habit of saving among its members, and also it will accept deposits and will give loans to its members. That is the second objective. Receive deposits from members and lend to the members. Okay, this type of company will be known as Nidhi company. Now, section number 406. What does this section number 406 says? Let us see. Under this section number 406, central government is having power to exempt certain sections of Companies Act to the Nidhi companies. Okay, thereby central government is having power to grant exemption from applicability of some of the provisions of the Act to the Nidhi by a notification. Okay, through a notification, central government can grant exemption to the Nidhi companies. Now, before publishing this notification, the draft notification must be placed in the Parliament. Okay, both the House of Parliament for a period of 30 days. Okay, for taking the approval or any suggestions on the notification. And while calculating this 30 days, if at all the House, okay, House is adjourned for more than 4 consecutive years, 4 consecutive days, in that case such days must be excluded while calculating this 30 days. Hope this is clear. Okay, this is a single section 406 relating to Nidhi companies. Now we will see the Nidhi rules. First of all the Nidhi companies must be established only as a public companies. That means Nidhi companies cannot be established as a private companies. They must be established as a public companies only. And the minimum paid up share capital must be 5 lakh rupees. And it cannot issue preference shares. Okay, Nidhi can issue only equity shares, but not preference shares. Hope this is clear. And in case before implementation of this Companies Act 2013, if at all any Nidhi companies have issued preference shares, then those preference shares must be redeemed immediately. Okay, and in the name of the company, words Nidhi Limited must be used. Hope this is clear. And there are certain requirements that the Nidhi company must fulfill within 1 year from the date of its incorporation. What are those? Basically, there are 4 requirements. Let us see those 4 requirements. First one is within 1 year from date of its incorporation, Nidhi Limited must ensure that it shall consist of not less than 200 members. That means in its first year, it should gather at least 200 members. That is the first requirement. Next, net own fund of 10 lakh or more. Okay, by the completion of its first year, it should have net owned fund of 10 lakh or more. That is the second requirement. And unencumbered term deposits of not less than 10% of the total outstanding deposits. Okay, unencumbered term deposits must be at least 10% of the total outstanding deposits. That is the third requirement. And ratio to net own funds to deposits must be 1:20. Okay, it should not exceed 1:20. It should be at max 1:20. Hope this is clear. These are the 4 requirements that the Nidhi company must comply within 1 year from the date of its incorporation. And there is a particular return known as NDH1. This return has to be filed by Nidhi company within 90 days. Okay, within 90 days from the end of its first financial year or second financial year as applicable. What will be contained in this NDH1? In the previous previously we have discussed that there are 4 requirements that the Nidhi company must fulfill within 1 year of its incorporation. Now this NDH1 contains whether Nidhi company has fulfilled those 4 requirements or not. Okay, this NDH1 must be filed within 90 days from the end of the financial year. If at all Nidhi company failed to fulfill those 4 requirements within 1 year, in that case, see, if not able to meet statutory requirements within 1 year, in that case it can seek for extension, file for extension in form NDH2. Okay, with whom you have to file the NDH2? With the regional director. Okay, with regional director within 30 days of close of the first financial year. Okay, once you file the application, the regional director can grant extension to you for maximum of 1 year. Hope this is clear. Now after completion of this second year, you must fulfill the 4 requirements. In case you fail to fulfill these 4 requirements, even completion of this second year also, in that case, see, if fails to meet requirements even after second year, then Nidhi cannot accept deposits till the conditions are fulfilled. Hope this is clear. Those are requiring to requirements relating to statutory compliances. Next, restrictions on Nidhi. There are certain restrictions on Nidhi companies. Let us see. First of all, the first restriction is Nidhi cannot carry on business of chit fund, hire purchase finance, leasing finance and insurance. These types of businesses cannot be carried on by a Nidhi Limited. And we have already discussed Nidhis cannot issue preference shares, debentures and debt instruments. It can issue only equity shares. And Nidhi companies cannot also open current account with its members. Okay, Nidhi cannot allow its members to open current account with the Nidhi Limited. And Nidhi can also not acquire any other company unless a special resolution is passed in the general meeting and prior approval of regional director is taken. Okay, and Nidhi cannot do any business other than borrowing and lending of funds from its members. Okay, this borrowing and lending business should also be only with its members. Hope this is clear. However, apart from this borrowing and lending, it can carry another activity. That activity is locker facility on rent to members. Okay, it can provide locker facility to the members on rental basis, provided that the maximum amount of rent that the Nidhi can receive is not exceeding 20% of the gross income of the Nidhi. So this is clear. And Nidhi cannot pledge the assets that have been given by members as a security. Okay, Nidhi cannot pledge assets given by members as a security. And Nidhi cannot also put up advertisements for soliciting the deposits. However, it can privately give information. Okay, it can privately circulate the information to the members relating to the deposits, but advertisement is prohibited. These are some of the restrictions. Next, requirements relating to share capital. First of all, Nidhi can issue only fully paid equity shares. Okay, fully paid equity shares, and that too, the nominal value of these equity shares must be at least 10 rupees. Okay, value not less than 10 rupees. And while issuing these shares, it cannot charge any service charge for issuing the shares. And every deposit holder must hold minimum 10 equity shares in the Nidhi Limited equivalent to rupees 100, because we have already discussed that Nidhi can do business of borrowing or lending only with the members. Thereby, if at all any person is holding a deposit in the Nidhi, then he must also be the member of the Nidhi. Thereby, the member must hold, the deposit holder who is also a member must hold at least 10 equity shares equivalent to value of 100 rupees. That is in case of fixed deposit holder. In case of a person holding savings account or recurring deposit account with Nidhi, then he must have at least one equity share of value 10 rupees. Hope this is clear. These are the requirements relating to equity share capital. Next, membership. First of all, a body corporate and a trust cannot be appointed as members of this Nidhi Limited, and also members should not be less than 200 at any time. Okay, minimum number of members must be 200, and minor cannot be appointed as a member of Nidhi Limited. Next, net own funds to deposits ratio we have already discussed, and the minimum net own funds that the Nidhi must hold is at least 10 lakh. Okay, not less than 10 lakh. Next, minimum ratio of net own funds to deposit is 1:20. That means for every 1 rupee of net own funds that the Nidhi is having, it can accept 20 rupees of deposits. Okay, this can be the maximum net own funds to deposit ratio. Next, period of deposits. In case Nidhi is accepting fixed deposits, then the minimum period can be 6 months and the maximum period can be 60 months. In case of recurring deposits, minimum period can be 12 months and maximum period can be 60 months. And maximum interest rate that Nidhi can offer on these deposits is RBI prescribed rate for NBFCs. Okay, that is a maximum interest rate that Nidhi can offer on these deposits. And in case there is a mortgage loan against the recurring deposit, in that case the period of recurring deposit must be equal to the period of loan granted. Okay, next, savings account. There are certain requirements relating to savings account. The maximum amount that can be kept in the savings account is 1 lakh rupees. That can be the maximum balance, and the maximum rate of interest on the savings account is 2% above nationalized bank interest rates. Okay, that is the maximum interest rate that Nidhi can offer on saving deposits. And pre-closure of fixed deposit and recurring deposit, whether the members can pre-close the fixed deposit or recurring deposit before completion of the tenure. If at all they want to pre-close within 3 months, then pre-closure is not possible. Okay, if they want to pre-close after 3 months but before 6 months, in that case pre-closure is possible, but no interest will be given for a period of 6 months. Okay, no interest up to 6 months. In case they want to pre-close after 6 months but before expiry of the entire tenure, in that case interest rate will be given, but at a reduced rate by 2%. Okay, if while depositing the rate offered was 8%, now if they want to pre-close, the interest rate that will be given is 6%. Okay, 8 minus 2. Next, unencumbered term deposits, not less than 10% of the outstanding deposits. That must be the unencumbered term deposits that the Nidhi must maintain. And loans by Nidhi. First of all, loans can be given by Nidhi company only to its members. And what is the maximum amount of loan per member? Let us see. Here is the maximum amount of loan per member, and here is the total deposits that the Nidhi is having. If Nidhi is having total deposits of not less than 2 crores, in that case maximum loan per member can be 2 lakhs. In case Nidhi is having deposits more than 2 crore, less than 20 crore, then the loan can be 7.5 lakhs. More than 20 crore, less than 50 crore, loan can be 12 lakhs. More than 50 crore, loan can be 15 lakhs. These are the limits relating to maximum loan for each person, for each member. Next, in case Nidhi has not made any profits, okay, it has made losses during 3 preceding continuous years, in that case these loans are there now. These limits, only 50% of above can be given as a loan for each person. Okay, if the Nidhi has made losses in 3 preceding continuous financial years, then maximum amount of loan that can be given would be like this: 1 lakh, 50% of 7.5 lakh, 50% of 12 lakh, 50% of 15 lakh. Okay, those will be the limits. The limits will be reduced by 50%. Next, rate of interest on the loans. What can be the maximum rate of interest that Nidhi can charge on the loans given? It should be not more than 7.5% above highest rate of interest offered on the deposits by Nidhi. Now, Nidhi might have accepted deposits. Okay, on these deposits, Nidhi will be paying interest. Now, in these interest rates, take the highest interest of this interest. Now, Nidhi is giving the loan. Okay, if Nidhi is giving the loan, it will charge the interest. The maximum amount of interest that Nidhi can charge is this highest interest rate plus up to 7.5%. Okay, this is the maximum amount of interest rate that Nidhi can charge. Next, directors of Nidhi. First of all, the person whom you are going to appoint director of a Nidhi must be member of the Nidhi. That is the first requirement. Next, the tenure of the director will be up to 10 consecutive years, and reappointment, you can reappoint the director only after cooling period of 2 years, and the director must comply with the requirements of section 152, and he should be qualified. Okay, he should not be disqualified under section 164. Under section 164 of Companies Act, we are having disqualifications. This director should not meet with those disqualifications. Next, dividend. The maximum amount of dividend that can be given is not exceeding 25% or higher amount as approved by the regional director. That can be the maximum amount of dividend. And once you give the dividend, equal amount has to be transferred to the general reserves. And before giving the dividend, there should be no default in repayment of matured deposits and interest. Only in that case you can offer dividend. Next, auditor. Term of the auditor. In case you are appointing an individual as an auditor, then the term will be one term of 5 years. In case partnership firm, 2 terms of 5 years each, and cooling period would be 2 years. Hope this is clear. Next, there is some half-yearly return known as NDH3 which has to be filed by the Nidhi within 30 days of conclusion of each half year. Okay, by this revision of Nidhi is completed. So this is clear.